for the lighter side with Ron Barry, being brought to you today by the Brownsville Historical Society and Nemacolin Castle, the Sandwich Shop and Deli, Tate's Auto Repair, Jeffrey W. Hughes Photography, Tracy Counseling Center, and John and Son Catering.
Don't know much biology, don't know much about a science book, don't know much about the French I took, but I do know that I love you, and I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be.
Hello, and welcome to The Lighter Side. I'm your host, Ron Barry, on this actually beautiful, sunny, near 60-degree day in balmy downtown Uniontown. I was going to comment on the cold, but the cold kind of went by the wayside, which it's about time. We've been stuck in a deep freeze for entirely too long, and it's about time it warmed up there. However, all this melting snow and the water on the roads may freeze later tonight, so please use caution. There'll be some black ice out there, and it sneaks up on you. So anyway, Super Bowl, I watched it, but I really wasn't tuned in too much because I had no vested interest in it. But I am glad the Seahawks won, which kept the Patriots from winning their 7th Super Bowl, which would have surpassed the Steelers. So right now, thankfully, they're still tied at 6. Excuse me. They're still tied at 6, and, hopefully we'll get 7 before they do. So anyway, Valentine's Day is rapidly approaching, and we're working on a project. We wanted to have it today, but I think we had to postpone it a week because all the little kiddies were home from school so much in the last 2 weeks because of the weather. So just stay tuned. Hopefully we're gonna have some little letters from some of our 3rd grade friends again on what they would do on their first date when they grew up. We did that segment 2 years ago, and it was very cute and very well received. Excuse me. So anyway, that brings me to the bad dad joke of the day. Hey, Thomas Jefferson.
Hey, Ronald.
Ever tell you about the time I went to a silent auction?
You did not.
Well, I came home with a dog whistle and 2 mimes. No drum roll?
No, I haven't put that back or found it yet.
Well,
maybe one of these days.
Oh, that's okay. Anyway,
there.
They can hear it. They can hear it in their minds. That's
right.
the magic of radio. You get to use your imagination. All right. Well, anyway, so I was researching with Valentine's Day just a few days away, and I came up with some Valentine ideas rejected by Hallmark.
These should be good.
Okay, so these never ended up on the inside of any Hallmark Valentine's Day greeting card. Love is in the air. No, wait, it's bacon. I love you because you're almost exactly like me, and I'm the best. I love you as much as Kanye loves, well, Kanye. May your mid-November birthday be a constant reminder of your parents' last Valentine's Day. Here's a good one. Roses are red, my socks are black. Won't you be my daddy Mac? Even TJ chuckled at that one. Here's the half-price candy on February 15th. For all you thrifty shoppers out there. Let's share some champagne down by the river. Oh, wait, I forgot about your cirrhosis of the liver.
Oh, my gosh, Ronald.
If you were a Transformer, you'd be Optimus Fine. Roses are red, violets are blue, sunflowers are yellow. I bet you were expecting something romantic, but these are just gardening facts. Love is like peeing your pants. Everyone can see it, but only you can feel it. Thanks for being the pee in my pants. That's a good one there.
If you say so.
There's no one else I'd rather lie in bed and look at my phone next to. Oh, that's sweet. I already killed some helpless flowers for you. What else do you want? Roses are red, violets are blue. Sugar is sweet, and so are you. Also, the roses are wilting, the violets are dead, the sugar bowl's empty, and so is your head. Yeah, you'll never find those on a Hallmark card. I hope this Valentine isn't too cheesy, but here, take a pizza, my heart. You know, some pizza joints do make heart-shaped pizzas for Valentine's Day.
I've heard that, yeah. I don't know if I saw them, but yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, so what better way to say I love you than with a heart attack on a crust? You're the only You're the one I text when I'm drunk, and that's love. All right. So here's some sentiments that romantic sentiments that came from the TV show Hee Haw, which I know you've never seen. But
That's correct.
They did a segment called Where Are You Tonight? Down here on the farm, the weather gets messy, laying around with nothing to do. When you went away, you took my cow Bessie. I miss her, darling, more than I miss you.
Jeez.
I want to make my own line greeting cards with these on them.
They'd sell well. Not.
Remember you phoned me a sobbing and crying. The dog bit your maw and drug her around. You said she looked pale and thought she was dying. I said, don't worry, I'll buy a new hound. Now, this one I'll actually sing the way they sang it. All right?
Oh, no, please don't.
The noises you made at our supper table, your habits, my dear, were surely absurd. But how many times do I have to tell you, soup is a dish to be seen and not heard? Where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and thought I found true love. You met another and you was gone.
Not too bad, Ronald, I must say.
Well, they always had a celebrity on, like Johnny Cash or Loretta Lynn or somebody that would do that. Now, I know everybody who watches Hee Haw is thinking of that and thinking of those things. So they had another segment called Gloom, Despair, and Agony on Me. You'll love this.
Okay.
All right. So it started off, gloom, despair, and agony on me. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. I knew a gal who lived high up on a hill. Every Friday night, she'd give my heart a thrill. One night I came a-calling. I ran down the hill a-bawling, 'cause she run off with some old fart named Bill. Gordy sure was relieved to hear what the doctor said about something his wife had since before they was wed. On her neck was this ugly growth. The doctor said he couldn't take it off, but he said not to worry, not know, it's just her head. Gloom, despair, and agony on me. All right, so for all you Hee Haw fans out there, and the younger generation probably not so much, but I used to watch it every Saturday night with my dad because I had to sit through that because Emergency came on right after that. So I forgot about Lawrence Welk. Oh my goodness, Lawrence Welk. Older folks just love Lawrence Welk, but he had an orchestra and he had a bubble machine, and he was like German or something, and he said, "Thank you, thank you." That was Bobby Sherman and his Fee-Fa-Fa-Five with "Don't Tell Me You Love Me Because I Don't," or something like that, But anyway, so if you remember Lawrence Welk, and you remember Hee Haw, share your memories of those, you can give us a call on the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593, and tell us about it. So if you want to tell us, your best memory, clean memory of Valentine's Day, you can share that with us as well. And like I said, hopefully next week we'll have our young writers back, and we will be able to read you what they would do on their first date when they get older. We did that 2 years ago. It was just totally precious, totally cute. If I remember correctly, all the boys were going to drive Lamborghinis. They were going to take the girls to McDonald's, all right, and I can't say wine them and dine them, but soda and dine them.
McDonald's is okay.
We have a caller on hold?
We do.
All right, let's take the call. Hi, you're on the lighter side. Who are we speaking with?
Hey, it's Skipper today.
Hey, Skipper, how you doing?
Good. I just came out of Morgantown. 62 degrees up there.
Well, it's not much cooler here. It's 59, I think, here at WMBS. Is that right,
Is that what
TJ?
it says? My car says 55 right now.
59.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Man, amazing. Anyways, just enjoy it while it's here. We only got about another 3 weeks in this, so I'll be gone.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I was listening. I just tuned in like 3 or 4 minutes ago, and you was on the Hee Haw thing.
Yes.
That was an amazing show.
Wasn't it?
It was so fun. I mean, you know how like Saturday Night Live they have fun when they're doing their skits and they laugh and they screw up and they just make jokes.
Crack up, yeah.
It was the same thing on there. You know, Grandpa Joe and Grandpa Jones and Buck Owens, and they would sit there and strum, and I'm picking and you're grinning. And,
Yep.
so one of the things, I mean, you repeat almost, I didn't hear what all you said about it because I turned in late, but one of the reasons why, too, is they had them girls, those pretty girls, them Daisy Dukes.
Oh, yeah.
Those real short. Did you talk about that?
I did not, but I remember Junior Samples auto sales, remember?
Oh, yeah, BR549.
BR549. Yeah, he always had a nice-looking young lady next to him, and he'd call her child. What are you going to do, child? Call BR549.
It was so fun to watch. I don't really have much more to say about it, but they really had fun on that show. And see, that's what I like is whenever you have fun.
Well, Carol Burnett's show was like that, too.
Oh, my God, she was amazing.
They would crack, Harvey Korman and Tim Conway would just crack each other up, and they couldn't keep a straight face.
As I was growing up, there's so many shows that were amazing compared to what they have today.
Oh, definitely. And they were clean. They didn't have to be vulgar. They didn't have to be vulgar to be funny. And
I watched Bewitched every day. I watched the Munsters. I love the Munsters.
Yeah, there's a great debate over the Munsters versus the Addams Family. I'm a Herman Munster guy all day long. Plus,
the Addams Family was amazing.
Yep, they both had cool theme songs too.
And I couldn't. I mean, kids. They watch. They do games. Oh,
I think we lost you, Skipper.
Yep. All right.
Oh, okay. Well, good hearing from him, though. Okay. Do we have another caller?
We don't.
Okay. Well, Skipper, I'm sorry we lost you, but thank you for the conversation and the memories. I know I'm not the only one out here that watched Hee Haw growing up, and it's I still watch the video clips, but they could be funny without being vulgar and dirty, and that took a lot of. It was really corny, but it was a rural farm themed show, so. Corny is exactly where you want to be. They all wore bib overalls and flannel shirts and all that fun stuff. So, I remember Hee Haw very, very well. And it ran from 1969 to 1997.
Wow, it's a long time.
Yes, and most of the principal players are gone now. Roy Clark passed away. Buck Owens passed away. Archie Campbell passed away. Gordy passed away. So, we have another caller?
Yep.
All right. Hi, you're on the lighter side. Who's speaking with?
Oh, you're speaking with Mark from Republic.
Hey, Mark. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm fine. Yeah, I remember Hee Haw.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I remember about is that it was kind of like based on the Laugh-In.
Yes.
It was like one joke after how it was quick.
Yeah, but switch scenes. Yep.
Yeah, that's what it was based on. And one thing they talked about, and I guess has to do with how they were like presenting themselves, like in blue jeans, and they were dumb hicks.
Always bib overalls. They were.
Yeah. And they said that someone said we don't want to portray that. We want to get away from that. But somebody says, but that's who we are.
Yes.
That's how we were brought up.
And that's what people wanted to see,
Yeah.
They needed a break from, all the other stuff. And, that ran from 1969 to 1997.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It was like, I remember, I think it was on NBC, right?
No, it was syndicated.
Okay. I know it was syndicated, but first it came on NBC, I think.
Maybe it did.
Yeah, when it first originally came out. It was, I might have got canceled, but like I said, then when it's syndication, because there was like other channels and whatnot.
Mark, if you want to treat yourself to something, look it up on YouTube. Roy Clark playing Malaguena. Amazing. Even hard rock guitar players say he's the best guitarist they've ever seen.
Oh yeah, that I think I think he might have had some kind of record. It was the fastest guitar picker or something like that. He had some kind of world record or something.
Well, he was on an episode of The Odd Couple, and he played it for Oscar and Felix. He played Malagueña, and watch it. It's amazing, his finger work and everything with the guitar.
Yeah, I think I think playing the banjo or something. He had some kind of world record or something.
Well, he played everything. He played the fiddle, the banjo, piano, everything.
Yeah,
and, he was one of the last ones to go, but he passed away a few years ago. But love the show.
Yeah, one of the last ones to pass away, I believe, she passed maybe 6 months ago. Was the fat girl, the real?
Oh, Lulu.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lulu Roman. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, that was her.
Yeah.
But she lost a lot of weight, and she was, she was like, she became real religious and things like that. But she never said a bad word about the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, good memories, my friend.
Yeah. One last thing, you talked about Lawrence Welk.
Yes.
I think on Saturday evening, one of the channels, like 22 or something, or 23, they have old reruns. And I've been watching them,
Watch him glide around the floor, and ballroom dancing and everything.
Yeah, I mean, you see the talent there.
Oh, absolutely.
And one of the things is I like some of the early versions where it's in black and white, and how you say that it attracts the old.
Oh, we lost Mark. Oh, there he is.
In the background, as a commercial, it says Geritol.
Geritol and rose milk skin cream. Yeah. Yeah. And he had, remember the bubble machine, right?
Yeah.
And, he was, I had to sit through that to wait for emergency to come on at 8 o'clock. So, but thanks for calling, my friend.
All right.
Always good to hear from you.
Right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. We're going to go take our first break. You're listening to 590 AM, 101.1 FM, W266DB, WMBS Uniontown.
No Magical Mystery Tour is complete without a stop at the Sandwich Shop and Deli, just off of Abbey Road at 121 Brownsville Avenue in the Square, Brownsville. Enjoy a made-to-order sandwich with a bowl of Sabina's homemade soup. Try an authentic New York bagel slathered with one of their delectable toppings, or perhaps just a visit to the coffee bar for a delicious gourmet brew. Don't forget a cookie, brownie, or tempting dessert. Fresh baked daily. Call 724-785-4089. The Sandwich Shop and Deli, Brownsville.
When you need to service your vehicle, there is one local shop ready to meet all your needs. Nate Tate and the boys at Tate's Auto Repair in Uniontown do it all, from engine work and routine maintenance to tires, brakes, oil changes, and state inspections. Call Tate's today at 724-550-4756 or stop at the shop at 250 Connellsville Street to ensure your vehicle is ready to go for any trip and any weather. Tate's, proud sponsor of the lighter side on WMBS.
Are you looking for professional photography for your wedding or engagement, senior photos, or any other special event? Well, then look no further than award-winning Jeffrey W. Hughes Photography. Also offering photography classes, workshops, and tours of the Laurel Highlands. Get in contact at 724-322-0034 or visit jwhphotography.shop.
Now we got along, my life was real sunny, but only one thing would ruin our fun. I know you love me, but you worship money, and you got mad when I offered you none. Well, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I'd found true love. You met another and you was gone.
Well, there you heard it. You met another and you was gone. And they did that every week, and usually with a celebrity. They had some top name country music talent. They had Johnny Cash and Mel Tillis and Conway Twitty, Loretta Lynn, George Jones. They had them all the big names from back in the 70s and the 80s. And they would always join in the fun, and it was really cool to watch. And thank you for the callers that remembered that too. So I brought those up because those were sentiments that you'd never see inside of a Hallmark Valentine's Day card or American Greetings or any company that makes legitimate Valentine cards. So what are you going to do for your Valentine? Maybe I promise we won't tell if you call in at the WU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line at 724-438-4593 and tell us about it. Or you can tell us about the worst Valentine's Day you ever had, or the best Valentine's Day you ever had, and or the most embarrassing Valentine's Day you ever had. I'm sure there's lots of stories out there that you can share with us. So at this spirit of lovey-dovey, mushy, dripping with sweetness sentiment, let's hear what you have to say. And of course, keep it clean. So I'm going to get to the trivia question right now. It's a little bit early, but and the winner who gets this correct will win $1, $500 a week for life tickets from the Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-offs. Okay, so again, that's a $10 value. They're $500 a week for life. Okay, it's a green ticket. All right. And with any luck, you could win yourself $500 a week for life. Who couldn't use that? I know I could. So today's trivia question. What infamous crime with ties to Al Capone happened on February 14th, 1929? All right. One infamous crime with ties to Al Capone happened on February 14th, 1929, and I'll bet the phones are already lighting up. They're not.
They aren't.
They will. That's a pretty well-known crime in the history of crime.
Did you commit it, Ronald?
I did not. It was way before my time.
Okay.
It was 40 years before I was born. But I know the History Channel runs a special on it every February 14th.
Okay.
Okay. So
we have a call.
There we go.
Here we go.
I knew it wouldn't take long. Hi, you're on the lighter side. Who are we speaking with?
This is Ron.
Hi, Ron. Hey, do you know the answer to today's trivia question?
Yeah, St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
You're absolutely correct. And you won yourself 10 scratch-off tickets, $500 a week for life from the PA Lottery. And you can pick those up during normal business hours. I think your name's going to be easy to remember because it's mine. But, do you know the history behind that? It was the Bugs Moran, the Irish mobster, controlled the north side of Chicago, and Al Capone had the south side. So he, you remember what happened? Have you ever seen it? Like stories about it?
I've watched a lot of them,
Okay, so you know what happened. They were dressed as police officers.
Yep.
They lined them up against the wall in a garage and just mowed them down with Tommy guns.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think there was 12 of them that were killed. So yeah, what a romantic way to spend Valentine's Day, but Al Capone style. But thank you for calling, Ron, and thank you for listening to the show. And good luck with your.
I enjoy your show. I listen all the time.
Well, thank you, sir, and I hope you have some luck with those scratch-offs. Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, another call.
We do have another call.
Okay. Hi, you're on the lighter side. Who are you speaking with?
Fred.
Hi, Fred. How you doing?
Pretty good.
All right.
Hey, you were talking about the Hee-Haw.
Yes.
Are the Hagers still around?
The Hager brothers?
Hagers.
Yeah, the
Hager brothers.
Yeah, the twins. Yeah,
Yeah.
they both passed away.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they did. 'Cause I researched that before I came on the air, and yeah, pretty much all of them are gone, Fred. It's a shame. They were all really talented,
How old were they? You have any idea?
They were in their 60s when they passed.
Oh, is that right?
And not too far apart either.
Yeah.
I forget exactly what. Maybe on the next break I'll look it up and then I'll let you know on the air. So, but thanks for calling, Fred. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, we have another call?
We do.
All right. Hi, you're on the lighter side. Who are we speaking with?
Yeah, there was a couple other shows that was on the same time. I'm sure a lot of people remember Sing Along with Mitch Miller.
Yes. I remember the tail end of that. Yes.
Right. And there was another one sort of similar to Hee-Haw. I think it was called Hootenanny. I don't know if anybody remembers that one or not.
That one got by me. That may have been just an attempt to copy Hee-Haw's success,
I think it was.
That wasn't unusual back then. I remember, when I was in high school in the 80s, private eye shows were the big thing, like Magnum PI, Simon and Simon, and and you know, there must have been, you know, Matt Houston. There must have been 20 of them on at the same time, and then they just kind of died off and they moved to something else, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, so you know, what else do you remember from those days?
My ill-spent youth.
What's that?
My ill-spent youth.
Yes. Well, we can't get into that, but
I remember Magnum and all those shows. One of the channels, I don't know which one of those, shows some of the old reruns around 3 or 4 in the morning. I think on Tuesday going into Wednesday or something like that. I can't remember.
Well, you know, if you look hard enough, it's not hard to find a lot of those shows. You know,
yeah, that's true.
Fall Guy, used to watch that all the time.
Yeah.
But, you know, the musical shows, you were right. I mean, Lawrence Welk, you know, you look, they would pan on the audience, and all the men had suits on, you know, and all the women had dresses on, and they were just loving it. You know, watching them glide along the floor with the bubble machine, and there was Lawrence Welk with his baton, you know, conducting the orchestra and everything. But I had to sit through that to get to Emergency. So if I wanted to watch Emergency, I had to sit through Hee Haw, which wasn't so bad. But I had to sit through Lawrence Welk as well. But as soon as the bubble machine got shut down, I knew the next thing you know, Johnny and Roy would be on there, and they would be saved. So
yeah, they even had Jack Palance one time on Hee Haw.
Yeah, they had some big name actors and especially the country music people. They had all the big names.
Oh yeah.
And they all performed, you know.
Yeah.
But like I was telling Mark, the other caller, I said, if you get to watch Roy Clark play Malagueña on the guitar, it is phenomenal. Look it up on YouTube. You can find it, and it is amazing. So
yeah. Dukes of Hazzard was a good one, too.
Oh, never missed it. Every Friday night.
Yep.
Dallas was on, and I'd go do something else.
Oh, yeah. Who shot JR?
Yes. And I shot JR. I remember all the T-shirts. But hey, thank you for calling. I appreciate it. Thank you for listening.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay. Some good calls there. So, I remember all those shows very, very well. You know, on Saturday night, it was Chips and The Love Boat. You know, speaking of Valentine's Day. And have you ever watched reruns of The Love Boat?
No.
Well,
I've seen Chips before.
Well, you know, Chips was on Saturday night on Channel 11, and then The Love Boat was on Channel 4 at 9 o'clock after Chips was. And then, you know, Love Boat always had some big name actors and actresses, you know, who were pretty famous at the time. And I guess, and I don't know for sure, but they actually set sail, and they actually all the cast got to go on a cruise every single time they filmed, which wouldn't be a bad gig, you know. So we have another caller.
Got two.
Okay. Oh, wonderful! All right.
This is the first one.
Hi, you're on the lighter side. Who are you speaking with?
This is James. How are you guys?
Good, James. How are you, sir?
Good. Hey, if you remember, I was a kid. I'm probably about the same age as you, but as we were kids, do you remember hearing the murder of the one cast member, String Bean?
Yes, I don't remember when it happened, but I know that. I know that I had seen it later on. You know.
It was really
real tall banjo player.
Yeah, he was on it, and I remember him as a kid, and then you heard years later about it, and I'm like, holy cow, I never knew that. You know, and how they I guess. You know, just being back in the day, I guess he hid money in his house. He didn't take money to the bank, and people found out. And him and his wife, I think, both were killed.
I think you're correct, and it was a tragedy. And I don't know how the cast dealt with it, but he was on the first couple seasons until he died.
Yes, I just remember him as a kid. You know, but another show that kind of I wouldn't say spun off of that, but I remember kind of similar. And I had to watch it because I think my brother had a crush on one of them. Do you remember the Barbara Mandrell show and her sisters?
Yes, I do. It was like a variety show with
Yes.
Yes.
That was on. I can't remember what night that was on, but I was like you because we would watch, and then you'd watch Emergency with Roy DeSoto and Johnny Gage and all those guys, you know. But this was on a different night, and I just remember watching this, and some of it was like okay, but I'm like, you know, kind of lost me a little bit. But there were three. There were Barbara Mandrell and her sisters, and I think he had a crush on one of them. So that's why I was conned into watching this every week. But
who didn't? I mean, those ladies were easy on the eyes, that's for sure. You know, but yeah, I know someone who met Barbara Mandrell one time at the Grand Ole Opry. She had backstage passes, and she said she was kind of a snob, surprisingly enough. But hey, she entertained, and she just kind of fell off the face of the earth. You know, she retired.
Yeah, they were all good entertainers. I mean, you know, watching the show, they could all play different instruments, do different things. But
right, I remember that they had a Christmas special too. I remember, the Barbara Mandrell and her sisters, and I remember those. Yeah, in the mid '80s, that was good television back then. And but I remember the Saturday night lineup was Chips at 8:00, and then the Love Boat at 9, and then Fantasy Island at 10. You know, de plane. You know,
TJ I think TJ looks like Tattoo a little bit.
Does he? Yeah,
I think so.
He looks like a tall Tattoo, yeah. You know, Hervé Villachet or whatever his name was.
I mean, from his profile.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. I'll talk to you guys.
All right.
later.
Thanks for calling. All right.
My profile?
We have another one?
We do.
All right.
That's scary.
Hi, you're on the lighter side. Who's speaking with?
Hi, it's Mark from Clovisville.
Hey, Mark. How are you?
Good. I think, the greatest, and I'm still watching continuously, Tim Conway and Carol Burnett.
Yeah, the dentist routine was the best.
And, you had Foster Brooks explaining to, what's the Italian guy's name with that race team?
Dean Martin?
He's telling Dean Martin that he's getting ready to go to work.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm a brain surgeon.
And there was another time he was an airline pilot.
And then my dad said he was always the best drunk. And then, of course, Tim Conway did the brain surgeon.
Well, the one where they were doing Mama's Family, and Tim Conway was sitting on the end of the couch talking about the Siamese elephant. You remember that one?
No.
Dick Van Dyke was playing the part that Harvey Korman usually played, and he fell off the couch. He laughed so hard. Look that up. Look up Tim Conway Siamese elephant. You will crack up.
I'm going to make another reference. Like growing up, like we grew up in Pleasant Hills.
Yes.
And at the Cloverleaf Shopping Center, they had a bowling alley. They had a little bowling alley at Kresge's, or not a Kresge's, but a supermarket. I forget what Kroger's. And Lawrence Welk started there in that shopping center.
Really?
Back in the 50s, yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, here in Pleasant Hills. Yeah, look it up.
I will do
that. Of course, his bubble machine and all.
Yes.
But of course, when I was younger, I didn't realize that he had played. But my wife told me, and I looked it up. Yeah, and of course, it's just amazing. I remember the South Park Fairs, and I remember getting Pie Trader's autograph for third baseman. He used to do Who Can, American for studio wrestling.
Yes.
And of course, I knew Bruno Sammartino personally.
Oh wow!
And
what a great guy!
His wife's sister lived in Pleasant Hills.
Oh wow!
On West Brewston Lane, and he used to have that blue Cadillac, and he'd pull up once a month to visit her. It said Bruno 1 on it. And we talked to him. We used to like opera records. We got him some opera records, and he liked them. And we'd arm wrestle him. He'd put us in a headlock and pretend like we were beating him. And then, of course, he was just really nice to be with, and we didn't want to take up too much of his time. But even the old lady there, she liked watching us, and then going.
I got another call to get to, Mark, but always great to hear from you, my friend. Take care, okay? Talk to you. All right, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, one more.
Hi, you're on the lighter side. Who are you speaking with?
Hey, Ron, this is Jesse.
Hey, Jesse, how are you, sir?
Okay, nice talking to you.
Oh, you too, sir.
Hey, you're talking about the Mandrell sisters.
Yes.
Okay. The other two was Louise and Earlene.
Yeah, I think Louise did some solo stuff on her own, if I wasn't mistaken.
I went to see her.
Oh, okay.
I went to see her. And I got to meet her in the back of the State Music Hall when she was getting on her tour bus.
Oh, was she nice?
Oh, yeah, she was very friendly.
That's good.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the same about Barbara, but I don't know.
Anyway, I don't know if any of them are still living. I don't know.
I'm going to have to look that up because that's piqued my curiosity.
Anyway, yeah. But anyway, I did see Roy Clark in person, and he was fantastic.
Oh, he was so talented. It was just mind-boggling.
It was unbelievable. Yeah.
Did he play Malaguena?
You know, at that time in the 70s, I didn't even know. Maybe. I can't remember what he did in this whole concert, because he did the whole concert. But, you know, I'm thinking I saw some of the people from Hee Haw. Did they come to the State Music Hall?
They may have. I don't know. So if any of our other listeners may remember that, you know, give us a call.
This is in the 70s. And I remember seeing Grandpa Jones. Now, if he was there must have been other people.
Yeah, probably Buck Owens and Charlie Campbell.
Yeah, but I can't remember. But if Grandpa Jones was there, somebody else from the Hee Haw cast must have been with that show, because they had so many shows at the State Music Hall with fantastic shows.
Yes, absolutely. You know.
But anyway, I'll tell you another story. One time I was down in Hendersonville, Tennessee, okay?
Uh-huh.
We took a tour on a tour bus, a little van-like, and we stopped at a museum, a Johnny Cash Museum in Hendersonville, okay? So we went in there, and they had all kind of memorabilia from Johnny Cash in there, you know.
Right.
In that museum. It's called House of Cash, okay?
Oh. Is that where he's from? Is that where he grew up, or?
No, that's just where the museum was.
Okay. All right.
I saw his house when we toured the different houses of different stars. I saw the house where he lived in. But anyway, they stopped at the museum. You could go in and see different things, and they had a case there with stuff to sell, like souvenirs and stuff.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I would go, I buy a lot of souvenirs when I go places. But anyway, I was looking at I bought a couple of souvenirs, and I was looking at these pictures. They had pictures of Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash with Johnny Cash and that, old black and white 8x10s laying in the case, autographed. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So I asked the lady that was selling them. I said, "Hey, are these really Johnny's autographs?" And she says back to me, she says, "They better be, because I'm his mother." How do you like that?
Wow, that's a good story. Well, thank you for sharing, my friend. I appreciate that.
One more minute.
Go ahead, real quick.
I got back on the van, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And the tour driver turned around and says, "Did you see he was in your tour group?" I said, "What do you mean, who's in my tour group?" He said, "June Carter Cash was in your tour group." I said, "You got to be kidding."
Oh, wow.
She was in the tour group, and I didn't even notice it.
Oh, my goodness. Probably kicking yourself to this day.
But I got to see her in person with Johnny Cash at the State Music Hall, though.
Wow, that would have been something to see.
So I did get to see both of them. But isn't that a crazy story?
It is.
She said, "They better be real, because I'm his mother."
Oh, wow.
And it was his mother working at the shop.
Well, she probably grew up that way, didn't want to sit around and be idle, so...
you never know who you're going to meet.
But great story, and thank you for sharing. We really appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Okay, Ron.
Take care. Bye-bye now.
All
right, we're going to take our second break now. You're listening to 590 AM, 101.1 FM, W266DB, WMBS Uniontown.
No Magical Mystery Tour is complete without a stop at the Sandwich Shop and Deli, just off of Abbey Road at 121 Brownsville Avenue in the Square, Brownsville. Enjoy a made-to-order sandwich with a bowl of Sabina's homemade soup, try an authentic New York bagel slathered with one of their delectable toppings, or perhaps just a visit to the coffee bar for a delicious gourmet brew. Don't forget a cookie, brownie, or tempting dessert, fresh baked daily. Call 724-785-4089. The Sandwich Shop and Deli, Brownsville.
When you need to service your vehicle, there is one local shop ready to meet all your needs. Nate Tate and the boys at Tate's Auto Repair in Uniontown do it all, from engine work and routine maintenance to tires, brakes, oil changes, and state inspections. Call Tate's today at 724-550-4756 or stop at the shop at 250 Connellsville Street to ensure your vehicle is ready to go for any trip and any weather. Tate's, proud sponsor of the lighter side on WMBS.
Are you looking for professional photography for your wedding or engagement, senior photos, or any other special event? Well, then look no further than award-winning Jeffrey W. Hughes Photography. Also offering photography classes, workshops, and tours of the Laurel Highlands. Get in contact at 724-322-0034 or visit jwhphotography.shop.
frustration, excessive misery. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Gloom, despair, and agony on me.
My wife was so unhappy.
Well, there they are, the hillbilly quartet with their jugs in hand, gloom, despair, and agony on me. That was another feature that they did every single week on Hee Haw, and another feature they did that was really, really good was the Hee Haw Gospel Quartet. Usually, it was Roy Clark. Sometimes it was Archie Campbell. It was Grandpa Jones. Sometimes it was Kenny Price. Sometimes it was Buck Owens, and they always sang gospel songs. Sometimes George Lindsay, Goober Lindsay was on there as well. So if you look that up on YouTube, they sang some good old gospel songs. And they sang really, really well as a quartet. So had some good calls today. We still have time for another one. So if you want to give us a call and share your memories of Saturday night TV, Friday night TV back in the 70s and 80s, give us a call on the WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line, 724-438-4593, and share it with us. Sounds like we stirred some good memories from some of our regular listeners of, as one caller described it, as ill-spent youth. I remember fondly, watching those with my parents and, laughing along with Hee Haw and things like that. And then, Saturday nights, 8:00 at NBC, Emergency. And if you know anything about me, if you listen to this show for the last 2 years, you know that Emergency is why I became a firefighter and a paramedic. And I'm not the only one. There's thousands of us all over the country, all over the world, that became firefighters and paramedics because of Emergency. And to get to shake hands with Randy Mantooth, who played Johnny Gage, and take my picture next to the real Squad 51 was one of the highlights of my life. And I still, in my classroom, there's a picture of Randy Mantooth in character, and it says, "To Ron, IVD5W 10-4." And signed Randy Mantooth. So that was amazing. So you won't find too many people whose lives were shaped by a TV show, and mine was. So if you're doing a career that was inspired by a movie or TV show, let me hear about it sometime. Maybe now on the WU Medicine Uniontown Hospital talk line. Still have about 3 minutes or so. 724-438-4593. So. Anyway, TJ, Thomas Jefferson, all right?
Ron Ronald.
Do you have special plans for Valentine's Day? If your wife's listening, we don't want to ruin anything, but...
there are no special plans at this point.
Okay, well, you're always the...
I'll get a couple gifts, and
the incurable
we'll see
romantic.
What happens after there.
The incurable romantic that you are, I'm
sure.
What
about you?
Oh, yeah, I'll do the same thing, and, make it special, and... all that fun stuff.
Yes.
So, but my holiday's coming up, and in about
we know what your holiday is.
Yes, yeah, the feast of St. Patrick, the glorious apostle of Ireland.
No more singing, please, Ronald. My ears are still bleeding from earlier.
Well, I would, at St. Patrick's Day, I was going to sing Danny Boy, but. I'd have to pay to have all new windows put in the studio because they would probably shatter, from my caterwauling. But I may be able to talk my good friend, the bagpiper, to come down. Maybe we could do something. He'd blow the windows out here. So we did it the first year. We did it outside, and it just so happened it was a gorgeous day outside. So Bill Madden helped me with the remote. So we had a remote outside. We had Irish Punch, non-alcoholic, for anybody who stopped by, green cupcakes for anybody that stopped by. We had some of the local politicos stop by, and we had a fundraiser for the American Kidney Foundation, whose color, by the way, is also green. Now, last week I had a green ribbon on my sweatshirt, and that's what it's for. It's not just for being Irish, it's for the National Kidney Foundation, me being a dialysis patient. So that's very near and dear to my heart. So I think I'm going to talk to Mr. Krysak and see what we can do for St. Patrick's Day. So, stay tuned for that. But hopefully next week we'll have some youngsters tell us what they're going to do when they grow up and go on their first date. So don't miss it. It's very, very cute, very adorable, and it's always a good time. It's one of the first segments I did. Once the lighter side started, and Kendall helped me with it the first time, and it was a big hit. We had like 7,000 views on Facebook, which is pretty doggone good. So we'll take those kind of ratings anytime, any day of the week. So, and just a reminder too, we're still looking for sponsors to keep the lighter side going. You can call Josh Krysak here at the station, and he can give you some information on how to become a sponsor, and some packages he's put together, which are really, really valuable for the cost involved. So, when Josh gets back here, hopefully tomorrow, give him a call here at the station on the business line, and he'd be glad to talk to you about it. If you enjoy the lighter side, please consider being a sponsor. We really need them. So, anyway, that's going to put the topper on the program. So, thank you to our callers today for sharing your memories. And if the good Lord's willing and the creek doesn't rise, we'll see you next week.
You've been listening to The Lighter Side with Ron Barry, which has been brought to you by the Brownsville Historical Society, the Sandwich Shop and Deli, Tate's Auto Repair, Jeffrey W. Hughes Photography, Tracy Counseling Center, and John & Son Catering. And this is WMBS Uniontown at 4 o'clock.
CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm